newsworthy. I'm really glad to have John Vitt here around the corner to talk about something he's been working on and looking to get throughout the rest of the state. John, you're around the corner.
Hello, Kate.
Thanks for coming in today, sir. And you've got your hands full. You can feel free to put your water right here. And you've got materials. This is the effort to take down the roadwork signs that you have no doubt seen around the state. I'm going to play just a little closer over here. We're going to put this in between us here. This is something you've been talking about for a while. Portsmouth Town Council just unanimously voted on a measure. Tell us a little bit more.
On April 24th, the Portsmouth Town Council and the Tiverton Town Council, I did both the same night, a 6-0 vote in Portsmouth, 5-0 in Tiverton, and one had to abstain in Portsmouth. He does some work for the DOT. The resolution went to the Director of Transportation and the Governor. Our representatives are also handling it by themselves because they believe that they have to do what the council says, which is good. Portsmouth has 19 roadwork signs. 19
of these signs, no doubt. You have seen them keeping you up to speed, saying how much a project is slated to be completed, how much the cost is, whether it's on time or not, which you take issue with and why.
Most of them say fall of 2017, spring of 2018. The majority of them are void of any transparency and accountability. When they say we'll see, it just come off the Marlboro Trail onto 195. There's one that says completed. Then you go a couple hundred yards, and there's one that says coming soon, fall of 2017. Another one, 2018. There's one around the corner here that says it won't be done until fall of 2018. It's not transparency. It's not accountability. It's sign pollution at a very significant cost. Last night, the Department of Transportation provided me with the information on the materials, not the installation, just the materials.
Materials itself.
And it was $182,931 divided by the 215 roadwork signs that the DOT said are in the ground as of March 31st of this year. That's $850 before they put them in the ground.
Before the labor to get them out.
So it's not a 20. Mr. Charlie St. Martin, the spokesman of the Rhode Island Department of Transportation, has said numerous times to numerous press organizations that those signs are $135 net. Yeah, there's a little bit of a difference
Looks
here.
like there's a difference in the numbers we have to look into.
Sign pollution. Portsmouth, Bristol, Tiverton, Middletown. We're scenic. We're very proud of the way we make things look in those communities. And I think every community. Warwick has 28 of those. Okay, there's too many. Mr. Alviti and the governor have conspired for this roadworks project. I'm questioning the federal highway law to see whether or not they are legal. I was told that any sign on a federal highway that gets money can't have a politician's name on it. And when you come into Rhode Island through Tiverton, when you come into Rhode Island through East Providence, from Rehoboth to Thenton, we have very nice signs. Discover beautiful Rhode Island. What makes Rhode Island beautiful? Less signs. And the Department of Transportation is the organization department that is responsible for the information that you see. So my question is, it's very nice that they want to be transparent and accountable, but when they're behind in the schedule or behind on a budget, what can we do about it?
Well, and again, one of the questions I know we've asked before is, they kind of patchwork over it if something they need to flip the red to the green or the green to the yellow. And I understand they probably want to provide information to folks about how projects are going. We're here in the studio and we're online. Wouldn't an online component just be easier if someone was concerned about their project in Portsmouth and said, I wonder how that project is doing? Could that information not just live on a website somewhere and DOT could update it and tell you?
They have one. They have a website, and it could be that simple without the signs. And as a matter of fact, that's one of the issues that the Rhode Island Department of Transportation has had. The DOT has not been properly funded by the taxpayer and the General Assembly for many years. And I've had a very good relationship with previous Department of Transportation heads. Mr. Alvini and I just don't see eye to eye on this particular project. And of course, the truck toll that follows this, that's another issue. But right now, my biggest complaint is the state of Rhode Island does not benefit by 215 roadwork signs.
And you're continuing this campaign, as you said, you've just done it in several towns so far.
Middletown is May 15th and Bristol is May 17th. Maybe 2 more resolutions from 2 more communities. I did submit a resolution to the state Senate, and I'm waiting on its condition and if it'll be introduced. And it gives a little bit more teeth to what the towns say. And then if the Senate says it, so Mr. Alviti has to recognize I'm not going away. I want the roadworks signs taken down. They were a waste of money. And somebody says, well, if they cost so much, why don't we leave them up? Because they're ugly. They distract people. There are 215 more places for people to crash into. And think about it, safety-wise.
There's a lot of these signs around here. And you said a few more meetings coming up. And again, even beyond that, are you still in talks with folks around the state? Who on the elected official side of things have you been talking with?
I have 4 representatives. Mr. Edwards is my rep, Mr. Canario, Mr. Mendonca, and Susan Donovan from Bristol. And they recognize that, we have a certain pride in, Portsmouth is the 2nd community in the state, okay? So it's like we have pride on, go to Clements Market, look at how nice that sign is, and then look right across the street and see one of those. It doesn't do. If they wanted signs, and I have to say this, we have plenty of very good sign people in Portsmouth and on Aquidneck Island that would be happy to do a very nicer sign for them. Also, the expense. When one of the projects is running behind schedule or behind money, somebody's got to go out there and change it. Okay, I've got issue with them, and I can go on, but the bottom line is I want everybody in the state of Rhode Island that feels the same way that I feel about the roadwork signs to contact their local legislator, your senator or your representative, and tell them you want them to, let them know. Go to your town council, go to your city council. I sent an email to a councilor in Warwick, because 28 in Warwick, there's 22 in Providence. And he said, send me what you got. So I've sent him a copy of the resolution. It's my understanding that the Portsmouth town clerk and the Portsmouth registrar of voters were at a meeting in Charlestown a couple of weeks ago, and they were asked by other communities for a copy of the resolution I wrote. Okay. So I don't think we're alone on the East Bay. I think there's a number of communities that are feeling the same way we're feeling.
It's interesting you raise the point of when it shows that they're behind schedule. On one hand, it shows us a level, I guess, maybe of accountability, that they're not trying to gloss over to the public or hide to them that something was supposed to be done. But as you said, what can you do then? If you see the red light up and you see they're behind schedule, do you just kind of stomp your feet and call someone and say, move a little faster, I'm not happy? So I get it. So they're not trying to hide the facts that they're behind. They're saying we're being accountable to you.
Put it on a website.
Find how on the website where they are with it. Where can folks get more information about this campaign?
We are working on our website for Take Them Down. We don't have the domain yet, but I think it's a good one.
Take Them Down, but you were very involved with it.
We have Don't Toll. We still have the site for Don't Toll, and that site will be getting resurrected again because of the impending roadworks toll. Let's touch the toll a little bit. The idea is for a lot of money, and we have to ask our elected officials. If a truck driver, let's break it down to very simple Rhode Island terms. If a truck driver is coming in from Westerly into Westerly and he's going out through Attleboro and it's a $20 bill, what are we left with after everybody touches that $20 bill? For the bond, for paying off the bond, for the tolls themselves, for the Turnpike and Bridge Authority's got to get a piece. The Easy Pass Company's got to get a piece. So, and what's going to be left to go to road?
What's Rhode Island left with?
Thank you. The net. I like the net. And I don't think Mr. Albini or the Department of Transportation or any rocket scientist can tell us that. And that's where I think it's bad. They're going to, I have that funny feeling that when the trucks don't make it, the cars are next. A good friend of mine said to me when we were fighting this kind of toll, at one point somebody says, well, it's only 10 cents, 25 cents, big deal. And a good friend said, once it's there, it can only go up.
Well, didn't the Assembly make assurances, the very vehement assurances, that it would never be extended to cars?
And again, if you look at legislation and the way they write it and the way they change it, black is current, red is old, and blue is the substitute. And they can change it. They'll have a very difficult time defending the fact that they're going to spend upwards of $60 million, maybe more, for the 14 gantries, and then if the truckers don't pay the bill, how are they going to pay it? Hello, cars, and maybe the west side of Rhode Island will get as upset as the east side did with the Sakana toll.
Well, we'll see. Now, we did just hear this week again that they expect the first of the tolls to be operational by the end of the year.
2 of them.
So we'll see this ostensibly by the end of the year, and you promise More political action on your end on the toll side of things.
Advocacy for Rhode Island. Somebody has to, we've got a good thing here, and it's time to make sure that it stays the good thing that it is. And 215 blue signs that say really nothing does not make Rhode Island look good. 14 toll gantries. It's not the right way to do it, and I think we have to get more creative, and we have to find more funding sources to fix our roads and bridges. And the Department of Transportation, I have to say, a lot of people I deal with there, Kate, are good people. It's just the management style of Mr. Alviti right now. It's like his way or no way, and Roadworks is his way.
John Vitt wants the signs down. We'll have a website up shortly here. And always your mantra is, let's be number 13 again.
Wow. We were 13 on May 29th, 1790. That was 27 years ago. We're number 48, 49. But if we work together, 1,212 square miles, 400 miles of coastline, 28 individual islands, less than 1 million people. Come on. There's farms in Texas bigger than our state. And we can't get again, I want to make Rhode Island number 13 again. And we could do it with smart stuff. We have to get smart.
And the thing right now, again, is folks who are not happy with the roadwork signs. Resolutions passed, Tiverton, Portsmouth, a couple meetings coming up in Bristol.
Bristol is the 17th and Middletown's the 15th. So if you're in Bristol or you're in Middletown, go to your town council meeting.
And you might want to see these signs taken down. And again, reach out to John. He's always on Facebook. You can chat with him there as well. But, you reached out to us, wanted you in here in the studio to bring it to folks. And, of course, we'd love your reaction, feedback about this. We'll continue to follow the issue here at Go Local. John, I appreciate your coming in,
Thank you, Kate.
Especially in a day like today.
From the East Bay.
I know, right? Did you pack a bag?
No.
Gonna stay a while?
Yes, I am. I'm in the big city for Friday, so I'll stay up here for a while.
Big city for Friday, yeah. There's a lot going on. Again, rainy day, lots of restaurants and bars. Would love to see you for Cinco de Mayo. So go out there and have some fun and be safe. So appreciate everyone tuning into the Go Local studio. We'll see you back on Monday. We'll have Josh Fenton back at the 4 o'clock hour with Business Monday. And as always, Molly O'Brien at 3 o'clock. So wish everyone, again, a happy and healthy weekend. And again, John, thank you for coming into the studio. Kate. Okay, I'm going to let John go around the corner here. Oh, you want your stuff. The Little Black Book. I bet I could find some really interesting stuff in there.
Can.
Oh, I could. Again, John Vitt coming in to tell us about the effort to get the roadwork signs down. Again, folks have some reasons why they want to get them down. Portsmouth, Tiverton had resolutions at the town council levels and expecting a few more towns to follow suit. As